Namo Buddhaya. Welcome all to the very important event known as the Buddhist Creators Convention 2026, which is being held in Bodh Gaya, the famous city, the city of enlightenment, and the city where the Buddha taught all of us the relevance and the importance of the human mind. And when you deal with social media, and when I'm talking to influencers, one of the critical things which we must remember is that social media and social responsibility come together, and mindfulness is a part of this. Uh, Whatever that you do has a great influence on society, on people, especially the youth. Small tweets can affect millions of people, can create revolution, can bring about cultural changes, can impact social voices, it can have influence on conversations. So it is extremely critical for all of us who have gathered here together that while we disseminate information, while we communicate to the larger world about whatever message that may be, whether it is political, social, economic, cultural, or related to Buddha Dhamma, one has to be extremely mindful as to what are you disseminating, what are you communicating. It's again the game of mind. You have a mind of a creator. You have created something based on what you feel is correct. But the mind of the audience, which could be in the number of hundreds of thousands or millions, is different. You don't have a control over that mind, or those minds. And those minds are going to interpret what you communicate in their own different ways. So that gap between what you want to convey based on a particular theme and what the larger audience is going to receive and accept based on that theme is very critical for us to be mindful about. And I would request and suggest to all of you to keep this aspect in mind while we try to generate new ideas, new thoughts, new creativities. We have to be very conscious about ethical norms, ethical values. We have to be conscious about inclusivity, which is extremely critical. We have to also be very particular about where our trend is shifting in the negative domain. You might be moving a particular theme on the social media with a positive gesture, with a positive perspective, but over a period, you may see that it is picking up a negative trend. And you have to make an assessment of how this negative trend is going to impact the larger society. If it is really going to impact them adversely, you have to pull it back in time and try to neutralize it or to mold it in a manner that there is a positivity around that particular theme. I'm glad that you are getting together because, when you're working on the social media as an influencer, you have a certain perspective, you have a mindset, you have your own creative ideas. Sometimes some of you are very strong-headed and you feel that this is exactly what should be pushed in the social media because this is correct in your perspective, but it may not be correct in the other's perspective. So when you come together in a gathering like this in Bodh Gaya, which is again, as I said, a city where the Buddha taught us the relevance of the mind, it is a gathering of the minds of young influencers. And this is an occasion where you can share your ideas, positive ideas, share your experiences, get to learn about successes as well as failures which have occurred during the course of all of your activities on the social media, and come to a very humbling position with the blessings of the Buddha that mindfulness will be the core underlying factor in whatever activities that you do. I request all of you to have a healthy discussion across the board and remain in touch with each other. And also, the IBC, which I represent, is always available to assist and aid you in case of any issues that you feel are relevant to Buddha Dhamma, which you want to push on the social media. In fact, I would say that today, in this very, very complex world that we are living in, where there is war, there is conflict, there are social instabilities, there are differences and divisions in the society, the relevance and importance of the Dhamma is very, very much more than what it used to be earlier. And therefore, I would urge all of you to use your respective platforms to, in a very fine and a subtle manner, to push the teachings of the Buddha, which are relevant in the modern times. We had a convention in IBC known as the Global Buddhist Summit about 3 days back, where representatives from 40 countries had come to Delhi in a place called Bharat Mandapam, which many of you may be knowing. And it was very interesting to see how the Buddha's teachings today have spread to countries like Finland, Argentina, Brazil, Korea, Japan, of course, Congo, Tanzania, countries where you and I can never probably imagine, in Africa and Latin America, where Buddha Dhamma is being taught. But this is again the influence of modern technology. This is where you people come in. There is no land barrier, there is no border between countries when you come on social media. And I would urge you to use this platform in a very positive way to send across the message of Dhamma. We are always there in the International Buddhist Confederation to assist you. Welcome all of you, and I wish you all the very best to have very healthy discussions during the course of this conference, the Buddhist Creators Convention 2026. Namo Buddhaya.